Okay, so what we're doing today is we're descaling a Navien NPE A2 series. And to start, this one's outside, so we unscrew the machine screws that go and hold this outdoor cover on. A little tough to get off it. Kind of tighten here. Just wiggle them back and forth a little. There you get them off. So in order to do the descaling process, you have to leave it on, and you have to put in, for outdoor unit, that piece so it pretends that it's connected. It'll run that way. And then you proceed to take the cover off. All right, so we have our two hoses, and we gotta make sure, the most important is the ingoing head has to be submerged underwater because it's going to try to vacuum. You wanna make sure that's there, but put both heads underwater. Then you just turn on where water comes out, both of them, you have no bubbles, and then shut it back off. Then we're going to put it into recirc mode, descale mode. And you're going to hit OK. And then we're going to go 40 minutes. And there we start. Pouring out, and the other's creating a vacuum. You put your finger on it, and it'll actually pull your finger. Then we can go ahead and install our solution. You can even hear it lubricating the system. Interesting. So what's good about having a specific solution, there's this haymaker we get from one distributor. We also get another called Flow Aid. Seem to be, they both work great. I recommend them over vinegar because vinegar, I don't believe, conditions the metal inside like these are supposed to. So that's why we go with these. And it does seem like you get a lot more results, as in when it cleans the descale out with these over a vinegar. And so right now we're going to let this sit. And one thing I wanted to bring to everyone's attention, this is an NPE A2 model. So that's the only one that has this option to do the descaling. And it seemed to work very nice. So now what we're going to do is we're going to flush it out. So we can take the shut these guys. Take the vacuum side, the incoming side, out. Done with that. Rinse a full bucket of water through the solution before we put it back into service. Just leave the water fully on and then just choke this down. That way there's no air in the system before you put it back into service. Now you can put it into service. That's the descaling portion. Now what we're going to do is open it back up, or close it back off to do the cleaning of the filters. So we're going to clean the filters, and we're also going to change the check valve. Very important that you change the check valve with the service every year, because even with units that don't have a recirculation line connected to them, I have had situations, wow, it's super clean. So basically it cleaned itself just through the process of descaling. But when it comes to the check valve, I've had units that have failed that don't have a recirculation line to them, and then it turned out to be that cheap check valve, about a $10 part at most, and the check valve, this is the check valve that goes into the A2 NPE A2 units. And what'll happen is when you exercise the unit, like here you can see it pushes out really easy, but what happens is the O-ring in here gets worn out from the chloramine, and it'll start sticking open. And even with a unit that's not in recirculation mode, it'll still allow cold water to get into the hot, creating a very uncomfortable shower for someone. So this is the filter. I'm going to change here too, or check it and clean it. But usually on the recirculation, when there's no line, you don't really necessarily have to clean this filter. You can see there's a little something. Maybe it's worth cleaning out a little bit. Plus it helps drain it, so when you change the check valve, not as much water will come out in the unit. You just get in there with some needle nose, give it a turn, and then pull it. And you can check this one to see how well it works. It was a little stuck. As you see how it's staying the portions up, and then I push it. It should never do that. That means it's bad. And it can start letting cold water through if it gets cold. You see how this one just in and out, works beautiful. But they only work for about a year and then they go bad. So just make sure they're part of your maintenance program, and they're kind of planned obsolescence. If people don't do their descaling, they will, because they'll be calling you because they have cold water coming in there hot, and then they will descale. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and flush it one more time. Shorten the video. I'm going to finish the procedure. I would cut it down, put it back into service, then well, I guess this part already did its thing, and then it's okay. Put the cover back on and you'd be all finished, and put on your caps. That'll do it.